Hello everybody, hope you all are having another blessed day, and today we are with episode 4 on our Forbidden and Limited list from the game Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion. And now, to finish off the whole ban list side, we're going to be talking now about the Forbidden Trap Cards game of Yu-Gi-Oh's, which is actually not that many as I thought there would be, compared to how many really good trap cards there are in the game. But I guess now in today's meta, trap cards are actually not really the best, except for based on judgments, and that whole fun lot. But besides that, let's just jump to the video and talk about why I'm pretty sure most of these cards are going to stay in the ban list, except for maybe one or two. Probably actually just one. But let's start off with Last Turn. Woo! I think this card only seen in one random episode of Yugioh, so let's look at what this card does. During opponent's turn, with life points are 1,000 or less. Ooh, so if I'm getting absolutely stumped, select one monster on your side of the field and send all other cards on the field and their respective owner's hands to their respective graveyards. After that, your opponent selects one monster from the deck and face up, attack position, and attacks their select monster. Any bad items from this battle is traded 0. The players whose monster remains alone on the field at the end of the turn wins the duel. And in the case results in a draw. Okay, so this is basically like, I am losing. YOLO. So yeah. So basically, if I can somehow, you can really make a deck based around this, that you kind of bait out your opponent and try to OTK you for one of your strong monsters. And basically you'll flop this on the field, clear the whole board, and if they don't have something strong, let's say you have 3,000 type blue eyes by dragging normal monster. And they reference there. But you have nothing to out that, and they have to attack. If something that can't get over it, it's basically going to give you the win. So this is a really weird card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I can see why they banned it. In this case, really weird and chaotic, I think, game states near the end of the game. And I think every time this card is used, you would probably have a judge called for you. So this is part of how much complication, confusion can come from this card near the end of the game, and also in the tourney. I think it's kind of why they banned this card, and it's probably why it's still going to be banned. Because this caused way too many complications near the end of the game. Especially trying to figure out how things activate after you send them from the board to the grave, where they trigger from there, graveyard effects. So yeah, this will probably just have way too much complication. So yeah, let's just keep it banned and move on. Return from different dimension. Now we had Dimension Fusion or something like that to mention what it was from the spell cards in the last episode. And this is literally just the trap card version, except now you pay half your life points. But remember, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! I will pay basically all my life points except one if it lets me beat you. And this kind of same situation. So if any deck that benefits from banishing no cards, or can play a deck that just intentionally banishes the cards, and then activate this, is probably going to win the game. Can you dispose summon as many as your banished monsters as possible, okay? And then banish monsters that was special summon. Yeah, banish all monsters that special summon as effective in phase. But honestly, if you activate this card, you're probably not even going to see it in phase. So you're probably going to win after that. So for that reason, this card needs to stay banned. Next is Royal Oppression, which says either player can pay 800 life points to negate the special summon of a monster, and or effects that special summon a monster and destroy those cards. Okay, so this is basically just an easy, generic way to just say no special summons or going back to goats. Okay, and I think that's why this card was banned a long time ago. And why it's probably going to continue to be banned. Okay, this basically just says no playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, there's very few decks that can actually play without special summon. I think in the game Yu-Gi-Oh! Except, I guess, True Draco. So yeah, if this card ever comes back, guess what? You'll be seeing a True Draco player playing this card and making you hate your life. That's something to think about right there. But yeah, for many reasons, this card cannot be in the game. Because honestly, again, it just makes Yu-Gi-Oh! Not fun to play. Because if you can't special summon, you can only normal summon, there ain't really much you'll be doing in that whole game. So, Royal Oppression needs to stay banned. Next, you have Self-Destruct button. You got to just life points if your life points are lower than your opponent's life points, and there is 7,000 or more. So again, if you're getting completely clapped. And then both players' life points become 0. Okay, so basically it just forces you to 0. Why would this be bad? Okay, I think it's kind of like a lot like the last rule, and I think there's some situations that can transpire during this time that card caused some judge rulings. I think I actually had someone ask for a judge before with this Self-Destruct button, or ask some questions about it. That's a very interesting one. Okay, and I think something that someone had a problem with was when they had, I think, each person had to win, and they activated Self-Destruct button in game 3, and they had to call judge. I think this is honestly just no card is banned because it is causing confusion when judges are called and stuff like that. And I'm sure there's probably some kind of chain trigger. If both players' life points come 0, and you have like another chain after that and maybe revive your life points. I don't know if something interacts with that. I'm not sure. But again, I feel like this has the same reason to be banned just like last turn. Probably just some confusion with some old rulings that could happen when the judges call or anything like that. So, just because there's probably potential for that, just like last turn, let's just keep it banned. Next is 6 cents. So it says, declared two numbers from 1 to 6. Okay. So 5, 6. Then your opponent rolls a 6-sided die, and if the roll is one of the numbers you declared, you draw that many cards. Okay, so this could basically say I can draw 6 cards if that happens. Broken already. Otherwise, send a number of cards on top of your deck to the graveyard equal to that result. Okay, so there's basically no downside to this card at all. So either way, I'm either drawing 6 or I'm milling 6. Okay, so no, we can definitely not have that in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that is absolutely ridiculous. Let's just say you had Orcus players. Orcus players played this card. Oh, well, I have Babel on the field, and I just mill 3 or 4 more Orcus on your turn. Yeah, you're probably not winning that duel after that. So yeah, this card can definitely not come back. I think every deck will probably abuse this card if it even came to 1. So yeah, 6 cents, never come back, please. Next is Time Seal, which actually going to be actually the only trap card on here. I think it may come back to 1. Mainly because all it does is skip the draw phase of your opponent's next turn. And honestly, I don't think that really does much. It's kind of like the whole Yadagarasu kind of lock that was used to be in GOAT format. And I think this is kind of banned for the same reason. I don't see those decks really doing anything in today's meta because going first, sure, you can probably mill your opponent, make them skip the next draw phase, and attack for OTK. That's probably why it needs to stay banned. But honestly, that's probably a really extensive combo, and I don't think those are really consistent right now. I may be wrong and haven't found something, but I haven't really found a whole milling strategy that's consistent and you can play for maybe one hand trap. And then going second, this card literally does nothing, because if you're going second, you're literally probably just going to lose, because most going first decks are just going to open a full combo if you can't stop them. And if you go second to those, unless you have like Dark or no more, you probably lost the game. So yeah, I can maybe see this coming back to 1. Trap, Dust Shoot. Okay, so it actually has 4 or more cards in the hand. Okay, and yep, the next part's the part's broken. Look at your opponent's hand, select one monster and return a card to deck. I don't care about the monster card selection, all that stuff. It's a look at your opponent's hand is why it's banned. Because basically, as long as I get to find out what my opponent's playing, I don't really care what I shuffle back, because then as long as because I just know what they have. I know what hand traps, how they can interrupt my combos, and as soon as I know what kind of interrupts I need to expect, I know how to play around them. So for that reason, Trap Shoot is banned, and it's definitely not coming off the list. Second one from the last is Ultimate Offering. Now I have some deep hate for this card. I actually had played at a regional quite a while back when this card was banned. I'll tell you. And someone had this in their deck. It was a local shop. They didn't know much about Yu-Gi-Oh! And they had this in their deck and played it. I had to call a judge, and the judge didn't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! And he basically said that we should just keep playing and just take the card out. Yeah, not having a game lost or anything like that. I'm probably got to play the next 2 games with 39 cards. And I got nothing. I actually lost in the 3rd game because of it. So whatever. But yeah, Ultimate Offense is really broken because it says, during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, you can pay 500 life points and immediately normal summon or set 1 monster. So let's look at the main phase part. It's not once per turn, so I can activate as many times as I want. So I can just normal summon as much as I want. That's already broken, but also says, on or your opponent's battle phase. So if they cannot even attack me for game as long as I have monsters on my hand. They'll ball attack for game, I pay 500, I can set or put a monster in attack mode. That's ridiculous. So those are just multiple reasons why this card needed to be banned. It was even broken in GOAT formats, and getting a chance to normal summon more than once, so decks like Alistair Invoker and Scrap Recycler, I just cannot see this deck ever coming back, because hello, combo decks, any fan of combos. We will abuse this card and love it. So, yeah, it's not coming back. And the last one on the list is Vanity's Emptiness, which is a lot like Royal Oppression. Neoplague can special summon monsters. Yep. And then if a card is sent from the field or deck to the graveyard, destroy this card. Okay, so there's this kind of a clause in it, which can easily be broken. But it's just too generic, honestly. Neoplague can special summon monsters. I know what Back when Volcanics actually topped the event, they had free Vanity's Emptiness or something like that. And that was probably one of the big reasons why it topped. And this is definitely a good reason, because honestly, if most decks out there special summon, so if as long as I go first and I activate Vanity's Emptiness, probably my opponent going second unless they're playing Drew Draco, just lost the game. They won't be able to do any kind of combos. Unless they can out Vanity's Emptiness, is again, hard to do unless you pack Spell and Trap roll removal in your deck. So yeah, Vanity's Emptiness is way too generic and way too good of a card. It's basically a one-card win condition, so yep, it's going to stay banned. So out of all the trap cards that are currently forbidden, I'm saying the only one that can maybe come off the list is probably Time Seal. So those are my thoughts on the trap cards that are currently banned in the game Yu-Gi-Oh! I would love for you guys to go down to the comment section right now and leave your own thoughts about the trap cards in the game Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you think all of them should stay banned, some of them should stay banned, or if you have kind of the same idea I do, or if you have your own ideas, leave it as a comment down below. I'd love to check it out later. Now, if you liked the video and want to see more, leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already so I can make more content for you. And like always, I hope the rest of your week is blessed, and I hope we see you all in the next video. See ya.